bank as NDB seeks out funding. The New Development Bank, a leading state-backed lender to developing economies, is in talks with Saudi Arabia to admit it as its 9th member. I'm mentioning this because let's go back to your Trends Journal in April. The death of the dollar. It's happening. The world has had enough of America's hegemony on the economic front and on the military front. This is real, and it's going to keep happening. But again, because China has weakened itself so much, it's going to take more time. However, there's the wild cards. Because who's one of Saudi Arabia's biggest partners that they sell oil to? China. What does China pay for the oil in? Yuan. When they take America off the petrodollar, it's the death of the dollar. And again, I said, by the way, I made a mistake. I said gold 200. I meant 2,200 the other day, so take it easy. We see gold going to 2,200. Again, it's very simple. When interest rates go down, the dollar goes down, gold goes up. And that's what's going to happen. It's the death of the dollar. In God, we don't trust. That's the American way. As soon as the Fed stops raising interest rates, the dollar is going to start weakening. And the more they lower them, the weaker it's going to get. Oh, and what happened to gold prices today? They only hit closed at $240. We called the bottom of gold in September and kept saying it's going to keep rising. And then earlier this year, we said 2023, and that's what you're going to see gold above 2023 this year and going. It's going to keep going. Again, you have its ups and downs like life. I mean, So, but the long term, we see it going. Oil prices came down a bit today, but they're still over $86 a barrel for Brent crude. And Bitcoin. Facts are there, we call that too. We said if Bitcoin stabilizes at $15,000, $17,000 range, the next hit it's going to be $25,000 and above. And here it is now at 30. So the stronger China gets, the more the yuan's going to go up and the more the dollar is going to fall. The dollar is right now at a crisis point. It's only staying high because of high interest rates. But they're going to come down at some point. And so too will the dollar. The stronger that China gets, and the more the BRICS unite against the United States, and they've had enough. They've had enough of the United States hegemony, both in terms of war and in terms of owning too much with too little. One of the things it means is that you're beginning to see the end of dollar strength. This is the beginning of the death of the dollar. Because now with this calamity going on, next week is going to be important how much the Fed raises interest rates. If they only raise them 25 basis points, the fake market's going to keep going up. And guess what? So too will gold. Fed calls central bank's digital coin a highly significant innovation in white paper. No. How long have we been talking about this? They're going to go, we said, we did a whole Trends Journal article, a front page cover, from dirty cash to digital trash. They're going to know every penny you spent, where you spent it, what you spent it on, and as we keep saying over and over again, as I believe in GSB, gold, silver, and Bitcoin, I've been continually saying that when the central banks just go digital, cryptos are going to go down. They'll know every penny you spent, where you spent it, what you spent it on, how you spent it. So the slimy, low-life pieces of scum crap called politicians that never work a day in their life can get all the money that they want, give their buddies jobs and everything else, and be in total control. Again, It's right here in front of everybody's eyes. And they're going to stop it when they can, because they're all going to go digital. It's the new world, and young people, it's their world. They don't give a shit about cash. For the last 3 weeks, I said this debt ceiling thing is nothing more than political bullshit. That's all it is. They're going to make a deal. And the deal is the people, we're a crime syndicate, we'll make up any goddamn thing we want, and there is no debt ceiling. How about a Tower of Babel? Because that's the Babel bullshit coming out of these clowns' mouths. Oh, we can't touch the defense budget. We got to make it bigger. Yeah. Of course they're going to do a deal. And they're not putting any ceiling. There's no debt ceiling. And what no one anywhere is talking about, other than us, is all of this inflation and all of these problems have been caused by the low-life pieces of political pricks that locked down the world. Oh, and then you had those supply chain disruptions. That's why you got this inflation and the economy's going down as they raise interest rates to stop the phony COVID war that they started. And to win it, they had to pump in countless trillions of dollars and negative and zero interest rate policy. But don't worry, people. Do as you're told. Don't think for yourself. Be a little parrot and follow what they tell you to do, like all the up here in Kingston, New York, and everywhere else, all around towns. In America, we only put millions of businesses out of business. And we keep going into that. Today, oil prices went up a bit, but they're still pretty low because it's a supply and demand issue, and demand is going down. So, again, the big story is, are they going to raise interest rates or keep them steady when they decide on June 14th? And then on June 15th,